Hello, everyone, and welcome to Noona's Noonchi, where I do a deep dive into some of our favorite K-dramas from a mental health perspective. And speaking of favorite K-dramas, I'm going to say it, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha is my absolute favorite of 2021. Yes. It's filled with so many mental health gems, so many mental illness gems, and I'm going to talk about it all because I can do as many deep dives as I want on it because I'm so sad it's over. I mean, literally, there are some dramas in the past that have gotten me slightly depressed after it was over. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha is one of them. I really enjoyed feeling the healing and the emotion and also the anticipation of so much, specifically relationships in Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. That's what I'm going to talk about today. 3 takeaways from relationships that we see specifically in episode 13, where it all culminates, it comes to a climax and it's like, boom. There we have it. Number 1, envy. Envy? How does that relate to mental health? It relates a lot to mental health. Think about how envious someone feels. It's all about what the other person has, what they're doing. The grass is always greener. You're not satisfied with what you got, what you have, what you're doing. It can make you miserable, and I see it quite a bit, especially when it comes to seasons of life. Let's talk about the relationship. Haejin is in this now it gets complicated, right, in episode 13, but Haejin, super in love with Tushik or Hong Tushik and just happy. They're past the honeymoon phase, but the committed phase, they're in love and they've declared their love. Then you have Yoongyung, pregnant with her second child, very pregnant, due any day, and not feeling appreciated, also resentful. And when you're about to deliver, and I have been through this 4 times, it's stressful. You're about to enter a new phase of life. You may have done it before with childbirth, but there's a lot going on emotionally, and that's what Yoongyung shows in that one scene where she explodes to her husband. I love that scene, by the way, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the exchange between Haejin and Yoongyung, talking about how they're envious of each other, and they admit it to one another. Isn't that awesome? I mean, have you ever admitted to someone else, I'm envious of where you are in life? Gosh, I wish I was dating again. Well, to be single, yeah, and then the other woman saying, but you're giving birth to a child, you're becoming a mother again. How beautiful is that, raising children? I'm going to connect it to my own life, where someone told me once, this was years ago, not too long ago, where I wasn't appreciative of what I had. So envy stepped into my life. And when you feel that envy, you can be miserable. You're looking at what other person has, grass is greener, wow, woe is me, I don't got anything, it doesn't feel good. And Haejin admits, well, but look at you. You're envious of me, and she didn't even acknowledge that. She's like, I'm envious of you. And then later on she shares to Chief Hong, hey, I'm envious that Yoongyung has this committed life partner. She was just saying that to him because she wants that in Hong Tuk-sik, right? Or Hong Banjang. We all want that. We all want a committed partner. Yes, we do. We all want someone to stick by our side, whether we admit it or not. But the envy there is real, and I see it. When you're envious of someone else, by the way, it's normal. There are times you're going to be like, oh, I remember those. Oh, I wish I was like that. Oh, I wish I had that. Wish I was single. Wish I didn't have kids. You're going to have it. It's normal. However, if you're envious too much, I would say it's a sign perhaps you're not content or even unhappy where you are. Now, sometimes you're unhappy where you are because life circumstances are difficult, but I need you to look at that. I need you to go, wait, why am I discontent, unsatisfied, unhappy in my current relationship? We're going back to relationships. What's going on that I'm envious of everyone else and going, oh, look at her, she got this. Oh my gosh, look how good he is to her. Wow, my spouse, my partner, my boyfriend, he's nothing. He doesn't do much to me. That is dangerous, meaning you could enter a territory where you disregard a lot of the good that is happening. So envy, if you're feeling that, experiencing that more often than not, daily, looking at everything else and really resenting what you have, ask yourself, how happy am I in my relationship? An open-ended question. What's going on in my relationship? Why am I feeling this way? What do I need? What do I deserve? Does that make sense? 2, then we have, of course, Haejin and Hong Joo-sik's relationship taking a pivot. I was sad with the pivot, sure, but let me share this. I loved the fact that Haejin said, we don't need to be on a break to figure things out. Doesn't have to look one way. I do see a lot because, of course, I work with relationships, especially when it comes to therapy. People saying it's got to be this way or it's this way. It's black and white. Black and white thinking can be dangerous. There's no black and white thinking when it comes to your emotions. So her saying, you know what, I'm tangled up here. I really don't know what's going on with you. I don't know who you are. She did say that. I'm hurt. She says there's a lot going on for her, as well as, of course, for him. There's no question. That's another deep dive to come on trauma. But the fact that she's like, but you know what? Let's figure this out together. I want to still be with you. I want to still date. And then just so you know, I'm waiting for you to share with me. You want your life partner or the committed partner you're with to share everything with you, right? Because you do that with him or her. That's so important, very important. So what she's saying is, we can figure this out together and it's okay. It's not what I want. It's not ideal. I want you to open up to me, but we don't have to be completely separated. I love that. I'd like you to take a page out of Hejin's book right now to do that if you're in a relationship that you feel like needs to go one way. There's dual processes, multiple processes, something called multifinality, where you can get to the same endpoint through many different routes, right? Her route is, let's do it together. This is how it looks. Not quite the way I want, but still, let's figure it out. And I want you to open up to me, and I'm waiting, and I hope you can do that for me soon. And then 3, don't you love the fact that someone can reconcile after divorce? You don't see it so often. But why I want to point this out, Banjang, the one that owns a fish market, I love her, by the way. She says to Hejin, be patient with Chief Hong, right? What may be easier for some folks to share is harder for others. So true. Remember that. It may be easy for you to share with your partner about life and all this stuff, and you're like, wait, how come you're not sharing with me? We're all different. Introverts have a difficult time doing that, right? Extroverts can just blast it out and they're good. Introverts take their time, they slowly build up to it, or they just burst it out, literally, after months of holding it in. There's also stonewalling there. That's also part of communication, where you just completely shut down until you can't take it anymore and break. So Banjang was saying that to Hejin, saying, hey, it might be easy for you to do that, maybe not necessarily for him, based on who he is. She is awesome. I love her, don't you? And her relationship, or what we say is a reconciliation, this might be a spoiler alert, with her ex-husband, forget his name. I love their moments of reconciliation, forgiveness. But here's what I want you to get from this. This is point number 3. Banjang admits that she could have shared, expressed her feelings of hurt. I mean, it was deep hurt that her ex-husband did that to her, basically not appreciating her, taking for granted everything he said. But at the time when she's like, I want a divorce, because she was heartbroken of things that she overheard and knew perhaps of his first love and how he felt about it, she didn't get to share that, or she chose not to, and then it led to a divorce. Believe it or not, I see that. How can you reconcile or share your deepest secrets and hurt? It is not easy to share your hurt, your heartbrokenness, the depths of your despair, the sorrow you may feel. But I'm challenging you today to do that for the sake of your relationship. Relationship reconciliation, relationship commitment, relationship to the next level, whatever that looks like for you, whatever season of life, marriage, dating, commitment, newly starting to get to know one another. Maybe you haven't even done a DTR. By the way, DTR, define the relationship. That was a term back then when I was dating. Anyways, I need you to be able to understand that hurt and express it for the sake of your relationship. Do it for the relationship. You're not doing it for the other person. You're doing it for the investment in the relationship because you believe in the relationship and you want what you want out of the relationship. Those are the 3 takeaways, folks, from those different relationships that we see in different relationship stages, right? Again, woman in labor, childbirth, second-time mom, Hejin being envious of that, her being envious of Hejin and where she's at, Banjang and the reconciliation of a divorce, going back into a relationship where they're rebuilding, gotta love it, and then Hejin specifically saying to Chief Hong, okay, we can work this out. It's not what I want. This is what I want. But just so you know, I'm by your side and we could do it together. Don't you love that? So whatever takeaway you have, think about relationships. Think about episode 13. Watch it. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, y'all. Love it. Love both of them. Kim Sono, my fave. Shin Mina, love her. And there's going to be more deep dives to come. Thanks for watching this deep dive. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to get notified of new videos to come.